Well, hey there, folks. I'm Meteorologist Matt Barrentine. I'm getting things ready here in the Fox 10 News Gulf Stream as we are getting ready for the possibility of some severe weather here later on, going into the evening and going into the overnight hours is when we're looking at the timing of all this. So let's go and get you into the threat. We're in a level 1 risk across most of the area, level 2 risk in our Mississippi counties. Strong storms are expected to be developing out ahead of a front. This will be working its way on in as we go later on into the afternoon and evening. And then the threat will pick up as we go late into the evening, say around 7, 8, 9 o'clock. That's when it'll begin. It'll continue through the late morning or early morning hours, I should say, late night hours. Probably pretty active here around midnight. And then this will continue on to about 2, 3 in the morning, then exit off to the east. So not here yet. Right now we have basically just light showers here for us across the area. There's no thunderstorms active in our area at the moment. There will be later on, so just be prepared to deal with some heavier rain and some thunderstorms. Once again, the threat level with all this is fairly low, but it's not zero. I mean, this is something we definitely need to be tracking and watching out for as we go into the evening hours. Once again, the window for this alert is going to be about from starting about 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening and then going to about 3 in the morning. Once again, most of our areas in a level 1, which is the marginal lowest level of risk. The level 2 risk is going to be for over into our Mississippi counties, So risk of tornadoes, it's there. It's small, thankfully, but it's not zero. The green is 2%, the brown is 5%. So you say, well, those are some really tiny numbers. Yes, they are. But we're talking about tornadoes here. So, you know, it's a significant thing to happen. So it's almost like if I told you, if you got in your car today, you had a 10% chance of getting in a really bad wreck. You probably just wouldn't want to get in your car that day, right? Just wait till tomorrow to do whatever you're going to do. Because even though it's only a 10% chance, that's a pretty significant risk, right? Because of what it is. Same thing with tornadoes. Even when the risks are tiny, 2%, 5%, we're talking about tornadoes here. So we definitely got to keep an eye out for that. You need a way to get warnings, so you're going to want to have our Fox 10 weather app. That'll help you out there. Once again, as of now, no thunderstorms in the area, just some light rain here and there for us across the area. As we look into the big picture, and we got the system is basically, actually I need to move this up a little bit because the system has moved over the last couple of hours, so I last updated this more over to the east at this point. So we are seeing things moving along here with this system, and that'll continue to move along as we go through the evening. This will continue to work its way towards us. And essentially what we're looking at here, I want you to notice this part right here. And there's these winds that are coming in out of the south. You can see those arrows right there out ahead of the cold front and behind this warmer air. So this is what we call a warm wedge. And that's where, when you're going to get severe weather, that's where you're going to have it, and that warm wedge out ahead of a front. Because what the front is doing is it's drawing in all that warm Gulf moisture. That creates a lot of instability. That's what creates the thunderstorms, and that's what can lead to eventually severe weather. Futurecast, this is probably one of the more important things to look at here. We're looking at it to go through the next several hours. So I think we're okay through about dinner time. And then once we get to about 7, 8 o'clock, then we'll probably start to see things pick up a little bit more. I have noticed on the more recent runs here of our high-resolution modeling, things are a bit more broken up. In other words, it doesn't show a solid line. It doesn't show a whole lot of it doesn't show a whole lot of concerning-looking cells developing. So what we're going to see tonight, if we see anything severe, it's going to be isolated. This is not going to be a widespread severe event. This is very much isolated. So that's what we're going to be looking at here tonight. That's 3 a.m. Still dragging around, so it does keep it around a little longer. But by the time we get up tomorrow morning and getting to work, probably going to be just fine with getting into work. I think most of the rain will be done by that point. Obviously, we're going to have the rest of the afternoon, we should be fine. Let's get to the evening. That's going to be a little more congruent to what we're at now. You can see from 5 o'clock 20%, 6 o'clock 80%. So there's the big jump, right? That's So that's the good news. Like, I think we got enough time to get everybody home, get the kids from school here, get everybody home from work, and then right around 6 o'clock, then rush hour is ending. That's when the thunderstorms are likely to begin in parts of our area. So that's the good news. Get everybody home first. Let them, get settled into the house. Also, something else we're keeping an eye on is Sarah. Sarah has not developed yet, but Sarah likely will. That's the next name, by the way, on the list. And we anticipate this will kind of be stalled out basically through the end of the week and on into the weekend over the western part of the Caribbean. Now, this model is now beginning to show up more over land, which should be helpful because that will keep it weaker. Eventually working its way across the Yucatan and then into the southern Gulf. You say, oh boy, there it is, Tuesday at noon, almost in the southwestern Gulf, a spin there. Here's the thing. You might also notice, let me see if I can get my pointer on here. This will help you out if I can. It doesn't want to. So I got to mess with a few things here to get this to work. So you see obviously the swirl. That is what would be Sarah at that point, whether it's a tropical storm or what, maybe just a tropical depression, I don't know. But it's here in the southern Gulf. And you say, well, that's not too far from us. But here's the thing. You see this little line of showers that goes up basically down the Mississippi River down towards Houston? That's a cold front. That cold front is just going to pick it up, sweep it on over to southwest Florida. We're going to get our coldest air of the season by the middle of next week. So I am not concerned about this getting to us. I don't think it will really have any opportunity to do so. That cold front sweeps down, kicks it off to the west, or to the east, towards southwest Florida. And that's what we're looking at with that. So that's, again, the possibilities of Sarah. Once again, if you're just joining, hopefully got this right here at the top that we are dealing with the possibility of some severe weather later today, going into the evening. The risks aren't very high. The window is going to be, it says 5 to 3 a.m. Looking at some of the models, probably more like 7 o'clock until we start seeing any thunderstorms out there. And through about 3 a.m. is good there. So 5 p.m. maybe if you're the very far western part of our area, you might get a earlier thunderstorm. Most of us won't see thunderstorms till a little bit later than that. So that's what we're watching out for. It's damaging winds, heavy rain, a brief tornado. We're in low-level risk here. This isn't a huge concern. It's just one of those deals where just pay attention. Stay tuned to myself. Jason Smith will be in tonight as well. Just follow along with us. We'll keep you safe. We'll get you all that information that you need to know. Once again, that is for the possibility of some severe weather overnight or into the evening tonight and overnight. Windows from about 7 p.m. to about 3 a.m. So we do have a Stormtracker alert for that tonight. Going into early tomorrow morning. That rain wraps up tomorrow morning. And then we have a beautiful week ahead, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All look really fantastic with beautiful weather. And still feeling pretty nice. A little cool in the mornings, but still pretty nice. And I'm going to pop up the 10-day forecast because I want you to look down the line. Remember I just told you about that cold front that's going to sweep Sarah over into southwest Florida. Well, look at our temperatures Thursday and Friday that following week. Mid to upper 60s for highs. Finally seeing a real cool off. So that's that front that's going to keep that tropical system from getting near us. So that's why I'm not concerned about it. We definitely will see some of the cooler temperatures of the season, I should say, coming up for that. Once again, I'm meteorologist Matt Barrentine. Stay tuned to Fox 10 throughout the afternoon. Download our Fox 10 weather app, and we will catch you tonight. Have yourselves a good one. Bye now.